Hi, I'm Michael Chase, and welcome to Cup of Joe. Today, we're filming at Canada Post's 9th annual Think Inside the Box conference at the beautiful Carlew. Join us as we have caffeinated conversations with marketing influencers about how brands are transforming the way they engage with people. Today, we are having a very caffeinated conversation with Jamie Clarke. Jamie has climbed the 7 summits, including 4 Everest attempts. Welcome, Jamie. Welcome to Cup of Joe.
Thanks for having me.
The only way is up. I love that sentiment. And tell me a little bit about your perspective, because it obviously rings true in your life.
It's one of those things, I think, not just but I think you're right, in life, in work life, in family life, in just life in general. I like the idea of resiliency. I like the idea of always moving forward and upward. And the greatest experiences of my life have been literally upward. But I think that when you have to fight against something, in this case gravity, you learn a lot, and those experiences are rich. So I don't like to coast. Even if I'm going forward, I don't like to coast. I like to be moving up.
So tell me a little bit about up for a second and climbing the 7 summits.
I think literally when you go up around onto a mountain pass, you're able to see into the future, into the distance. Around every corner, a new vista unfolds, new perspective, new understanding, new learning. So I like the notion of up. And I don't mean it, in terms of corporate ladders. I mean it in terms of perspective and personal growth. And it's where I'm most happy.
Business is an adventure because the outcome is unknown. Tell me a little bit about this in a world where brands are now grappling with the unknown.
I think in all of us, without sounding cheesy, there is a portal and access to be the adventurer in your own life, and that is to embark upon things where the outcome is unknown. And it's that, I don't know if it's conflict or it's that intensity that I think brings joy to life. It also evokes a bit of fear. And fear, I think, is a critical ingredient for a life well lived. I sometimes hate it. It can be paralyzing. It sometimes can burn you out if it's excessive. But fear brings pause for thought when you're about to do something foolish. Fear brings some energy, gets you out of bed in the morning. Sometimes it won't let you sleep, but it can also serve you. So I'm a big believer in moving toward and into the unknown. At least that's where I get the most fulfillment in life.
So talk to me a bit about fear then, because you challenge your team on a regular basis to look at the other side of fear and move to the other side of fear by having a human experience. So in a world where we have this digital multiverse today and we're moving away from that human to human connection, where do you see things going? Like, why does human to human matter so much?
I think that we're actually moving toward human to human connection because it is of higher priority and more valued. We are distracted in our devices, sitting around as a family at the table, in meetings in my office. We have a rule sometimes where you're not allowed to bring a device into the meeting because you're just constantly, I'm taking notes. Yes, I'm capturing the information. No, you're not. You're trying to get some email done while your boring colleague grinds on and on and on about the same old stuff and goes on some foolish rant. So as the leader of the company, if I make our meetings more productive, you shouldn't have to escape into your email or to-dos with your digital devices. So in part, I believe we are drifting away, but at the same time, that gives a great opportunity for us to create connection. Like real connection. And as parents, we need to do it. In my house, you can't come to the dinner table with your phone. There is, a phone zone, free zones and times. At work, it's the same thing. We plan retreats, we go away. We're going skiing for the day. We're gonna go for a hike. We're gonna go to the bar and have some drinks and goof around. No phones. So I think we are distracted, but for those who are in the business of connection, it's a huge opportunity because if we can deliver that connection, then we're delivering something of value.
So tell me the one thing brands can do today to transform the way they engage with people.
Without trying to make it sound like I'm skirting the issue, it's exactly that. We are very much natural at engaging. Some of us are more or less shy, more or less introverted or extroverted. In the right circumstances, perhaps, we all crave, want engagement. And so inside of my little company, you walk into our bricks and mortar store. How are you approached? You can walk up to someone and say, hey, can I help you? And they're going to say, just looking. You can walk up and say, your head's on fire. I'm just looking. Get out of the building. There's an earthquake coming. I'm just looking. So, how do you talk to your staff, young staff who maybe never worked in retail or seasoned veterans about engagement? Because that person coming in the store does want engagement in the right measure at the right time. It's the same thing in our digital world with an email marketing campaign or how we merchandise on the site. Engagement is not as complicated as we're making it. And I think it's do exactly that. And I particularly think as leaders, we track very much our Net Promoter Score, NPS score inside of our company, and we sit around 85, which we're very proud of. Now, we're a small company, so I would argue that that's easier for us to achieve than a big company, but it's about engagement, and it's about setting the tone. If we have a problem, I ask my customer service team, fire me the email. It's not because you can't do the job, but fire me the email. I want to be engaged. Send me a note, send me a Slack message, get me in the loop with the customer. I'll reach out to them. That's engagement.
Thank you, Jamie. This has been an adventure as a conversation today. So much appreciated.
My pleasure.